Hey Hunties, hope you're all fine, dandy and well wherever we are watching this in the world today. Now, as you'll notice, we are yet again in the kitchen, and don't worry, this isn't another Getting Baked with Abby. This is actually another section that I want to do for the channel. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of channels out there that already do something very, very similar to this, so I don't expect people to be tuning in specifically for this, but this was just a fun little thing for me to do because it's something that I enjoy doing. And yet again, it was something that I wanted to do whilst in the previous property. However, just the way that the house was laid out just wasn't conducive for doing it. And now that I have the opportunity to do so, I want to develop it. Now this section I'm calling Abis Abattoir, and don't worry, I'm not going to be starting to butchery because that is just not my thing. Don't get me wrong, I think it's a fantastic skill to have. However, no, that is not this. However, I know there'll be a lot of Brits who will get this, Americans probably not so much. However, to get drunk is to be slaughtered. To get slaughtered is to get drunk. So abattoir is a slaughterhouse. I'm gonna get drunk. I'm gonna do drinks. If that makes sense. It probably doesn't, but that's where we're going. So without further ado, welcome to Abis Abattoir. So the first drink I'm gonna make on the channel is a personal favorite of mine, and that is an Espresso Martini. It's fun, it's sophisticated, it gives you a bit of caffeine boost, it gets you drunk, and anybody who sits there and says that their favourite energy drink mixed with vodka is better than an Espresso Martini, no. I'm not one for sitting there going, your opinion is incorrect, but go sit in the corner and be wrong, because it's disgusting. I don't get why people think that vodka plus energy drink is a good combination. It's absolutely rats. This tastes delicious. It has caffeine, which is obviously natural rather than the sugars. I mean, sugar is obviously natural, but it's processed. This is it's just great. I don't get why people think that their drink is better. It's not. Allow me to show you how it is done. Now, first things first, I don't have a proper coffee machine at home. I have an espresso. Other coffee machines are available. However, I just think Nespresso is a far superior product. And today's pod we are going to use is the Starbucks Christmas blend. I had the Christmas blend a couple of years ago. I wasn't a huge fan of it. It tasted awfully bitter to me. So this could go disastrously wrong within this drink, but we're gonna start off with that. I'm gonna stick that in an espresso, and we'll leave that to go. I don't know how loud that's gonna be. Next, we're gonna add a little bit of brown sugar. I really should have a proper sugar pot for this, but it just sits and lives in a Tupperware container. So, teaspoon, not brown sugar, it's Demerara sugar, I lied. Teaspoon of Demerara sugar, just because it adds a little bit of sweetness. Some people use, vanilla vodka, like they would in a porn star martini. However, I just prefer sugar because I think it's a lot easier. Now we've got our espresso. Now that is a good, look at that, look at the level on that. I hope that doesn't have any branding on that side. I definitely didn't steal this. Where did I get this? I don't remember how I got this, but I did. So, espresso in there. Now obviously, nice boiling hot liquid in a metal container means hot. I unfortunately, for some reason, can't find my ice bucket anywhere, so I've left the ice in the freezer, so I'm just gonna go grab that now, and we're gonna get some ice in there. Now I'd like to point out my hands are washed. I definitely, if I was serving this to other people, I would not be using my fingers to do that. However, it's for me and no one else, so. Next on the list, give that a little bit of a shake. Now, I use Tia Maria. Personally, I think I prefer Tia Maria. It's a little bit more bitter than Kahlua. I mean, that kind of is offset by the fact that I've just shoved sugar in there. But then I think if it was Kahlua on its own, it's not sweet enough. But if I put Kahlua with sugar, it would be too sweet. And Tia Maria on its own, definitely too bitter. It's a very fine balance for me. But again, everybody's preference is different. So we're gonna add 50 ml of Tia Maria. And because I'm an absolute psychopath, I have 100% or 100 proof 50% vodka, so it gets you really, really drunk. This has proved fatal on a couple of nights with friends when they've come over, because they're like, oh, these are great, these are lovely. And I'm like, careful because that's 50% vodka. It's a lot stronger than you think. But it's always funny. I mean, it's not funny. It's I've had a night on those where I've like ended 2 relationships. The less said about that, the better. Now, this is my cocktail shaker. I have a few. This one's my preferred one because generally the other ones are quite cheap, so they tend to pop when I start to shake, and I have had a few explosions when I've done these, so I'm really, really hoping right now this isn't going to go. However, it might. I probably should have moved my tablet, but it'll be read. Haha, success. Now, obviously, shout over the shaking. Now, we go for a champagne saucer for an espresso martini rather than a martini glass itself. The champagne saucer itself was originally designed to help dissipate bubbles from champagne, so the 21st century, but gone with it. But no, back in, I'm going to go with the 1800s, why not? But back in the day, this was designed for women specifically because it helped dissipate the bubbles and it meant that they didn't burp after drinking champagne, whereas men could drink from the champagne flute, which meant that they would burp, showing compliments. It's a whole sexist thing, like, I don't care. At the end of the day, if you're going to burp to champagne, you burp to champagne. Jesus Christ, what society are we in nowadays? And there we go. That is absolutely stunning. Now, if you notice, it starts to kind of go darker at the bottom and we get the nice foam on the top. That is the sign of good coffee. I mean, I think it's the sign of good coffee. I probably should know that it's the sign of good coffee, but yeah, that to me is the thing. I did previously have some chocolate coated coffee beans that I would use to decorate it. However, I ate them all. There's no excuse, I ate them all, that is literally it. Normally I'd use that to decorate, but hopefully if that came to you in a bar, you would fully and wholeheartedly accept it. So cheers. That is delightful. That is absolutely delightful. I cannot wait to finish that drink. I'm not going to do it on camera though. Like, I don't think me getting drunk on camera is a very good idea. Facebook Live proved me drunk on camera is not a good idea. Again, that's the reason why I I didn't intentionally end 2 relationships, okay? But it ended 2 relationships because 3 of us were drunk on camera. And yeah, things went south. It wasn't a good idea. So that aside, that is a wonderful drink. I'm gonna get off, get all of this away and get this finished. So hopefully you've enjoyed your first visit to Abis Abattoir and there'll be many, many more to come. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, hunties.